son, where'd you find this?
Don't be offended by the truth. They be offended because you called out the truth. Simple as that. They don't want to hear any of the narrative that makes them look bad.
One thing I can't stand at this big grown age is somebody who acts like cause and effect does not exist. Like, yes, your actions caused this outcome. Yes, what you did lit the match. Like, why are you surprised and playing victim?
Guys, Chico. They never lie.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll.
Yo, what's up? What's the word? Hey, peace, praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. Happy Thursday. It's good to be here. It's good to see the beautiful faces, my kings, my queens, man. Shout outs to everybody that's watching wherever you are right now. Thank you for hanging out with us. Shout outs to my poets, my writers, my content creators. You see the title. We gotta talk about it. I did a separate reaction video to this earlier, but I want to go a little further with this one, right? Because this media thing is not a joke, man. Whether or not you're popular, you're up and comer, you're a fan favorite, maybe you most hated by everybody. Maybe folks just can't stand your guts. If you've been in the media game for any amount of time, you know how nasty this shit get. And Cam Newton, sir, I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what you were thinking, bro. That wasn't it, sir. It wasn't. I'm sorry. I got a clip I want to play for y'all, man. And I think this is a little more user-friendly. IG, I don't see y'all coming for me. Not with this one. Y'all be petty about everything else. Give me a little bit of leeway with this one, all right? Cam Newton had some choice words, man. And it cost him some bread. It did. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring this up on the big screen. I'm gonna let this brother cook. And we're gonna talk about it. Sound good? Do me a solid, like, share, repost, let the people know we are on. They got this whole little hype thing added to your channel. Not really sure what that's for. It's neither here nor there. Let's bring this up on the big screen. and let him get his bars off.
Had his 106 in Sports show on BET canceled.
You have any platonic relationships in your life right now? With a woman? Yeah. No. I'm not about to be around no woman platonically. I don't have no attractive woman that I'm cool with that I do not have plans on stabbing.
I don't like the use of the word stabbing. That's an idiot.
What he had to say was stupid, though. He just told every major network or anyone that would back his show that he doesn't have the discipline to work with women who may be attractive.
What Cam has basically said, if you see me working with any female employee, coworker, whatever, she can accuse me of sexual harassment. And I'm on tape basically saying, look, I have no control of myself. And so I would sexually harass her.
I just hate the conversation that so many people say, hey, I lack discipline and I can't do this. It would be better for young people to learn how to navigate opposed to listening to Cam and thinking, oh yeah, I can't do this. It's just so silly to me.
Cam Newton had his 106 in Sports.
Do I need to go over this one more time? Cam. Let's have a conversation, sir. Before I go off into my tangent, I want to say I'm sadly disappointed, and I hate that somebody's losing out on income. Unless you're like one of those real creepy, weird man or woman, and you doing like real sneaky, dirty shit, then you playing with people's lives and their emotions and stuff. That's something else. When you really earned your spot and you bringing in that revenue because of your merit, because of your personality, because of your time, like this shit ain't easy. To sit here for an hour, 2 hours and have these conversations with different people on a day-to-day basis and keep it up consistently for the viewership is not a simple task. And I don't think people get enough flowers for it. I don't. It seems like it's just you turn on the camera and boom, that's it, that's all. But there's so many factors that come into play with this shit. You can't just brush that to the side. And I don't like to see anybody lose out on money, period. So when I turned my screen on, I went to Instagram and I went to TikTok and I see these posts. I don't know what I'm looking at first. I'm just accustomed to seeing certain faces in the timeline. But when I see, oh, he gets in trouble for saying such and such, what is such and such? What are we actually talking about here? Now you got my attention. Now I need to know, was this propaganda? Was people just saying stuff just to be saying stuff? Are they instigating? Are they envious and bitter? You know, social media is full of folks that don't want to see no black man do good. They don't want to see nobody doing better than them in general. So a part of me is like, is this clickbait? Is this just somebody stitched the clip together, made it look like it was really something foul? And now everybody is following the trend because you know Vlad TV did that same bullshit just a few days ago. And he went on the record and said he was trolling. So it's hard to really tell when somebody's being serious about this type of stuff. And then I decided to go ahead and dig. And then I came up with that clip right there. So you basically stuck your foot in your own mouth. That's what I'm gathering from this. Now, I've been here on YouTube and on like these apps, I've probably got more years than you on social media in terms of knowing the community, right? But you're the NFL player, you're the NFL star. You've done things that I'll never accomplish. But somebody who has made all of that money, somebody who has all of these connections, someone who has the brain power behind them, you're not sitting around idiots, my nigga. You don't hang around regular people. You have a marketing team. You have staff. You have family. You have friends. Everybody, I would imagine, has experience in certain areas, especially when it comes to social media, marketing, media training, what to say, what not to say on social media, the do's and don'ts of pushing certain buttons. You should know all this stuff. I scroll different videos. I have conversations with different pedestrians in the streets of YouTube and Twitter and all these other locations. Everybody's experiences are different. Everybody has had their trial run failures, their ups and downs with this shit. So when I have different conversations with these people, they tell you, you don't say this, you don't say that. There are keywords that you use for this. There are certain thumbnails you use for that. There are certain topics that these media platforms frown upon. You can't dress like that. Yeah, it's just a number of different variables that come with this stuff that you can only experience personally or through someone else who has the knowledge of it. And I gotta tell you, I watched Hollywood, I watched influencers, I've watched the social media couples. I've watched people who started out with nothing end up with hundreds of thousands of different people watching them. I've seen people become trends overnight. I've seen all of it. The do's and don'ts of all of it. You, sir, have a whole team behind you. A whole team. Meaning you're more likely, I'm gonna get to where I'm going with this shit. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm trying to paint a picture here, right? Because the little people like us, we got to start from scratch, from the ground up. We got to fail miserably. We got to go through a whole bunch of bullshit to get what we get. Some people be so selfish that they don't even want to help you out. They don't want to see you take off and go beyond what they're doing. Cam Newton has the Avengers, essentially. Like, you literally have people that are experts in damn near everything that you can imagine. Like me, I got to get on Google and I got to research shit. I got to reach out to various people on my friends list to see if anybody knows anything. I got to read. I can't just pick up a phone and call Kevin Hart or pick up a phone and fucking call Nicki Minaj or somebody and say, hey, I need you to vouch for me to upload this or vouch for me to say this or give me the okay to do that. I can't do that. And I'm grateful for it. And the reason why I'm slow walking through it is because how the fuck do you get yourself canceled? How do you get kicked off of a platform that was paying you well with all that wisdom, with all that knowledge around you? How do you manage to say what you said and not think to yourself, as long as I've been doing this, I know if I do this right now, it's going to bite me in the ass. You do realize what year it is. Social media is not what it used to be. The algorithm is working against certain people, working more in favor of others. You have people that are sponsoring you. You have people who are putting money in your pocket. You have people who have opened many, many doors for you over the years. You know better. Cam Newton knows better. Now, here's the thing. You can't do what I do. I said this before. You can't do what us normal humans do down here on planet Earth. You can't get up here and talk about Epstein and Trump and this, that. You can't talk about that shit. Even though you are an influencer and you reach way more people than I do. You touch way more screens than I do. From house to house, niggas got your jerseys, your mugs, your bed sheets, your curtains. Some people got autographs from you. There are humans out here that worship the ground that you walk on. There's people who only tune into you. Specifically, I want to see Cam Newton show. You should know better. I find it hilarious and I find it ironic that the very same people who want to give advice about relationships and et cetera, are the same people who don't lack or have the capacity to comprehend that I'm about to cancel myself. You told these people if there's an attractive woman on your platform, there's absolutely no way that you could simply work with them without the promise of sex. But you used a different word, replaced it. And it wasn't really that better of a word either. It really made it worse when you said stabbing. So you just sat here. It's not like I could see if you had 2 people, 4 people watching you, and you said that shit. See, here's a big difference. If you had 1 or 2 people watching you, you know what the difference is? Those 1 or 2 people are probably more or less either passerby or they're still grounded and humble. They haven't been conformed to the matrix. They ain't stuck in that political shit. They're not gonna be bothered by that stuff. They understand. You get 3, 4, 5,000 people watching you in the stream. You know what type of men and women are in those streams. You got doctors in there, you got lawyers in there, you got judges in there, you got artists in there. 5 to 6,000 people watching your live stream. You think you're gonna have this regular, smegular ass blue collar men and women that work at Checkers and Popeyes in the stream? Hell no. You have some real heavy hitters in there watching you every single day because they're your friends. Y'all hang out, y'all drink together, y'all smoke together, you probably hang out on cruises and go on yacht parties, and you hang with those type of people. They watching you, and they're in the business of making more money. They are not trying to be associated with somebody who would say that shit, even if they really feel like that off screen. Just you saying it on screen, they can't be connected or tied to that. You know that. SM, I see you. What's up? Nobody wants to be connected to that. That's your brand, man. That's your money maker. And you went on camera and said that shit like it was nothing. And a part of me thinks that you either said it on purpose or it slipped out because you got too comfortable. Way too comfortable. Or maybe you just didn't think that it was going to blow up in your face the way it did. What? See, if I talk about the things that you talk about, nobody gives a shit. You talk about it, it gets magnified 1,000 times over. It's like we said the same thing, but so what? The numbers don't support it. If the numbers ain't there, they don't match up, then why would we care? That's why I said on a post the other day, people don't really give a shit about change. Folks really don't care about none of this shit. They say they want the bad guys in jail. They say they want these people locked up and this, that, and the third. But come on. Come on, man. Why are you reposting Cam Newton, but you're not reposting Billy Joe Bob? Billy Joe Bob is just as smart as Cam Newton is, if not more knowledgeable. There's people who watch these live streams that know way more than half the fucking people that y'all repost and share. My nigga G14 Classified knows more than half the fucking people that be having these conversations. Hell, I'm sure SM knows a little bit more than a lot of these people. But guess what? Most folks don't care. And the point that I'm trying to make is, my nigga, you have millions, and I mean millions of followers. And you really said, "Oh, I can't have no fine ass woman up here, and I ain't cracking that. Are you tripping?" And I know you understand media training. I know somebody taught you. I'm self-taught. I don't care about politics. I fucking hate politics. I hate them. I don't want to be friends with nobody in Hollywood. All of them are fucking weird. All of them are perverts. All of them. You got more to lose than I do. Way more. Which is why I just couldn't wrap my mind around the idea that you could say some shit that stupid in front of an audience like that. As if these niggas is not clipping and ready to share that shit all over the fucking social media. Yeah. This is one of the things about being an influencer that I don't like. I don't have nothing to say about that. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. It really says more about you than it does anybody else. And you had Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on your show. She was lining you up the whole time. The other chick too. Not as intelligent as you think you are. A lot of y'all not as smart as you think you are. You had these two women up there. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she came on your show with an agenda. She was trying to make some money. She was trying to get her name out there. She was trying to get a buzz. That goes for Joy Taylor and the chick from Bad Girls Club or whatever the hell show that was. They did exactly what they needed to do when they came on your platform. And whether or not it was staged, scripted, or not, you know the program. I think you stuck your foot in your mouth. I think you got too big for your britches. I think that because you have reached such a high level of success and everybody is saying yes to you, and all of it is a show to you. This isn't serious for you as it is other people. When I have these conversations, I take them very serious. I'm not being biased. I'm not antagonizing with the intentions of creating drama for controversy's sake. You got too comfortable, way too comfortable. And this, like I said at the beginning, I hate to see anybody lose out on money. You did this to yourself. And that's exactly what this is how I feel. This is exactly how I feel about it. Really. Because here's my thing. You've been doing it for a while now, and I already said I've been on YouTube in totality 17 years maybe. I know you wasn't here doing this when I was doing it. I only started taking this shit serious a couple years ago. If I would have started 10, 15 years ago, I would have been way bigger than what I am right now. That's on me. But you've been here long enough and you have the crew, you have the personnel. You know how this works. You know when they say cut, you know what cue cards to read, you know what type of drama y'all gonna create when y'all on the show, who's gonna overly get emotional over a word you say, all that, you know all that. So either this was on purpose or just more your arrogance, your ego came out. I think it's probably a combination of both. In all actuality, if you've ever watched any of his shows, I've done a few reactions to him. He chill. He does watch his words with certain stuff. There's been conversations that he's had with people, and you can tell that he knows his cues, when to say something, when not. I know, you know, but I'll never understand for the life of me why people consume it. This is the real shit right here. These are the real environments, the real vibes. Like, you don't really get that with a lot of platforms. Shannon Sharp, you've seen what happened to him. He's still making bread though. Nobody's stopping him. Even the selective outrage is hilarious. Y'all called him a freak, called him a predator, even though the woman is legal. She's not a child. She's a grown ass woman. Y'all had all that smoke for him, but y'all still watching him. He might have had a few people cut him off, but they cut him off in public. They ain't cut him off in private, though. I bet you that. I bet them same people who say, "Oh, we cannot have nothing to do with somebody who was associated with that," they're still paying them under the table. How? The only issue I have with what Cam said is you're insinuating to me. I'm listening like, all right, so what are you saying? So you can't have these women on your show without the possibility of it. So does that you've had sex with these women? And you've had a few of them up there, some notable names at that. So have you, the brother has a lot of fucking kids. It's not far-fetched to believe that he's not. You know how these celebrities are. You know how hypocritical these people are. A woman will say they don't want that type of dude, but the majority of you are getting pregnant by the same dude and fighting over the same men. So, like, what is it? Reckless, careless. And I don't look. I have I have nothing against them. I don't know them personally. I'm not throwing no shots or shade. This type of stuff happen to people when you haughty, when you ego driven, when you lack accountability, when you smug, conceited. You pretending to be this debonair person only goes but so far with folks that don't know how to discern and see through that. Period. With all the career in the world, with all the money in the world and all the fancy hats and the eccentric outfits that you wear, your character always shows. Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, I don't agree with everything that she said out of her mouth, but she did touch on some stuff that I thought was interesting. And it seems as if there's a certain type of personality that succeeds on these spaces, and they all seem to intertwine somehow with his characteristics to some extent, because Corey Holcomb, he displays it, Anton displays it, just Pearly displays it. I'm probably one of the only people that's going to touch on every single thing that I see, other than science. Certain shit I won't touch on. I'll just leave it to Sydney on that. You ain't going to tell me, brother, that you've been doing this as long as you have, and we're only getting you. We're only getting a small portion of who you are. You've blended your identity within this social media space. There's a good piece of your reality live in the flesh with us. Some of it we see, some of it we can't see. If you don't know what I'm talking about being able to blend in with your environment. Give a little, take a little. Sometimes you might overly give people some of who you are, which might be a red flag, because you might catch some shit that just didn't sit right with you, and then you catch yourself, and then you kind of, it's like Dragon Ball Z, and Goku was Saiyans hold their power back. They can raise it and lower it however they see fit when they need. It's no different than certain social media personalities. They know how much to release and how much to hold back. It's the same thing. And that's what I see with this. But nah, man. If you was you might as well just not been rich and famous. You would have been better off not having any type of ties with any famous people. If you was gonna be cutting up like that, nah. You should have just kept that shit to yourself, sir. You can't do what I do. You can't say what I say. I don't have paid sponsors. McDonald's ain't checking for me. Dasani ain't checking for me. Deer Park ain't checking for me. Michelin Tires is not sponsoring my channel. None of these, you can't say that shit. You know that. The most that's going to happen to me, YouTube going to be pissed off at me. The most is going to happen to you, you're going to be out of millions of dollars. Shoe deals are going to get canceled. It might fuck up some friendships that you had with people. But I think even all of that shit is bullshit. Like, social media has gotten so bland, man. It's so scary. It's hard to tell what is reality and what it isn't anymore. I mean, because imagine all of these years, you would think that this person was really in a feud with this person, but the whole time they really friends, and they keep up this facade for the viewers so that the viewers allow the algorithm to continue to feed them. Drake just got in trouble not too long ago for using fucking bots. Him and a couple other people using bots to rig the algorithm. Think about that shit for a second as a content creator. They figured out us a way to ensure that those fake views and all that shit, they could get paid off of it. And none of them people are real. Yeah, they have real subscribers. Yeah, they have people who really support and love what they do. But they be rigging this shit too. And it's like, all right. It's a dirty, dirty game. Dirty. So I wouldn't really be surprised. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, it's your bread, bro. You're gonna do what you do with it. You're gonna make money regardless of this or not. I just think it's a horrible ass look. You telling the people, your friends, your co-workers, that if you ain't fucking, they ain't nothing. They ain't coming up here. I don't want you up here if I ain't doing nothing with you. So are you smashing every single woman that's come on your platform? And if you are, then shit. The women that been up there, if they behind the camera, if they doing makeup and all that, I wonder how they would feel knowing that they allegedly they ain't shit to you. Allegedly, if any of that shit is real, and if you really meant what you said, you smashing all of your co-workers and all your guests, they must feel horrible. Or maybe they don't. A lot of women would sacrifice their bodies just for a couple back shots and a dinner. And they get broke off a couple 100,000 or whatever. A lot of y'all don't care. But you put that shit out there publicly for everybody. I wouldn't want you to be anywhere near what I'm doing either. No, I don't move like that, sir. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't. This is how I look at the red pill community. This is how I look at a lot of these big time major streamers and all that. This is exactly how I feel about them. A day or two, maybe a week ahead of schedule. I don't do it. I just can't. They sit down with their team or whoever they gonna do their thing with. They have a board. Matter of fact, Kyle Sinai even spoke about doing that before. He has a board. He plans out all of his shows. He plans out what's going to be on what day and this. I think all of them do it. I don't have nothing against planning your schedules. I don't have nothing against having structure. I have a problem with pretending as if it's organic. Like, you want me to sit here and believe that you really care about this shit that you're talking about? Or you telling me on Monday, March 10th, you're going to act like a fucking giraffe, but then on March the 22nd, you're going to act like you're Martin Luther King? Oh, wait, February the 27th, you're going to be Louis Farrakhan and Malcolm X. But then the day before, you're going to act like you are the nastiest Uncle Luke fan there is in the world. That's the shit that I don't really get behind. And I think most of them do that. This being another one of them situations, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're going to do this, you better off not being tied down to nobody. You might as well be solo. Just be solo. Because anytime you decide that you want to tell the truth, you want to talk about racism in America, if you want to talk about them putting and altering food, and they putting chemicals in this, that. If you want to talk about anything that's going to get you canceled or kicked off of all platforms, and you care about getting kicked, don't get yourself attached to nobody. Facts. Just don't even do it. It's not going to stop it. I'm not even. I concede to that. That's going to be forever. But it has to suck. It has to. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to be a robot for you. I'm not. No. And that's probably why so many things kind of go right to left so much over here, because I ain't about to do all that. Just, I appreciate you admitting the fact that you is what you is. If you for the street, you for the street, my nigga. Like, hey, matter of fact, disclaimer. If you are a 304, just own up to it. If you like to sleep with celebrities and rappers and you don't really care, just own up to it. If you're one of them people that fall under the category that he is speaking about, then I don't see nothing wrong with it. Do your thing, brother, sister. I'm not going to shame you for being out here in the street. I'm personally not going to fuck around with you, but do what you do. Just don't act like you ain't a part of that clique, which a lot of you do. Pretend like you ain't a part of that clique. I would never do anything like that. How dare you?
How dare you?
Come on, man. Cam Newton is fucking these women, man. He's fucking your wives. This nigga is fucking your sisters. This nigga is fucking your your cousins and your aunties, allegedly. And matter of fact, let me say this: I'm not just saying him specifically. I'm talking about men in his position. They are absolutely running through these chicks, acting as if they pure as gold. Y'all some fucking freaks. You know how I know? Because I see it every day on Instagram. I see it every day on Twitter. I see it every day on YouTube. Y'all niggas be up here fake doing yoga for 2-3 minutes. All you doing is bending over. You doing exercises that aren't even exercises. How the fuck are you? Come on, man. Let's just stop it. Another reason why I'm like, man, he said the shit because how can I put this, man? You know when Vlad TV, the nigga Vlad TV made a viral post. He said that Jay-Z had did this and did that, and he paid me to do this and do that. And then there's another video that I did a reaction to where he says he's trolling and this, that, and third. But I think he's full of shit. This is that too. Tell the truth with sarcasm and disguise it as humor, disguise it as jargon. so that people will think that you just trolling, just like the AI shit. Make everything look like it's so impossible to be real that nobody can tell the difference. It's the same thing with this stuff right here. Yeah. Real one's on you already. I don't even know. I'm not, I got media training, bro. I'm not about to do this. I'm not on that. Let me find one. Let me find one solid. I ain't out here. The street ain't nothing in the streets for nobody. Bro tripping. And I mean tripping. Hard to tell what's real and what's not. And I think that's really just how he is, man. If you've watched any of his shows, you know how he really is. People with money move way different. They don't have a care in the world. You would think that these niggas is immortal. Straight up. I I couldn't. I have never been in that type of a situation. You could not put a celebrity on this platform, because if you decided to put someone of any type of status up here, I would have to ask the questions that nobody else is going to ask. Y'all be sugarcoating your questions. You don't want them to walk off, or you don't want to ruin the potential for promotion. You scared that they're gonna leave a negative remark on your shit. One negative remark from Cam Newton, everybody else that follows Cam Newton is gonna follow suit. Nobody has a mind of their own. Nobody has a mind of their own. Nobody think for themselves. You got people that defend Nicki Minaj. You got that defend Cardi B. They got the most horrible characters. Truth be told, a lot of these people got some horrible characters. But because we so enthralled by these people, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing wrong against them. I don't care. Let me be the very first person to ever have a real conversation. Man, fuck all of these lights and all this special effects in the smoke screen, and fuck all the production and all. Nigga, you come up here, Candace Owens, and let's talk. Let's talk. Let's not talk white. We're gonna be cordial, but let's not do all of the I can't say this. No. Hold up. After his interview with Charleston White, he did another interview and said Cam ain't right. Said he walked in on him about to have a threesome. Yo, these people with money, man, they don't have the same boundaries, man. They don't. They can cross thresholds that we can't, but they really can't. They can and they can't. Like, they have to do despicable, wicked things in order to do what they do. But in turn, that comes with not being able to speak on certain stuff. Whereas you have a free moving man or a woman who is just unapologetic. They haven't signed their soul on that contract. They can say whatever they want. They can walk wherever they want. If you say something, you can't get in those movies no more. If you say something, you can't sleep with this person and that person no more. If you say something, that video is going to come out with you. Mm-hmm. That's neither here nor there, though. We need more responsible men and women running these platforms, and we need to do something about how they messed up the algorithm, y'all. Y'all been fixing it, and really, it's unfortunate that these are the type of things that we praise and give all of our sustenance to. Just really, really reflect on it for a second. It seems like it's sexy and it's cool and it's a popular thing to do because you got money and you got clout and your visibility reaches areas that many people's can't. But if you really knew who these human beings were behind the screen, would you still feel the way that you feel about them? Every day that go by, you see something new about one of these people, and it make me check out more and more. It makes me happy that I have my own identity. It makes me happy that I have my own style, my own rhythm, my own approach, that I don't have to worry about Vince McMahon calling my phone telling me I need to rewrite this script. I ain't got Pierce Morgan calling me trying to do this and have an interview about this, and I ain't got Andrew Tate trying to sway me to say this and say that. I don't have this person. I'm so glad that I don't have to follow the same path as these people. Period. I'm so grateful for that. All them people, you got all these folks that watching, and you really, really thought you was going to get away with saying that shit on air. If that's how you really are, just keep that to yourself. Don't tell nobody that you on that shit. Don't tell nobody you move like that. Do that behind the scenes. You really had to flex that though. Like you really, really felt it in your bones to say that to the rest of the world. Bought and paid for it. Bought and paid for it.
You didn't say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
Yeah, they are. They're slaves within themselves. They think they free, which is hilarious. Because with all the money that you got, y'all still got to answer to people. You still have to answer to people. You're not as free as you think you are. You can't move the way that you would like to move. You swear that you can, but you can't. That's why he just got what he got. Yeah. It's hard. It's very difficult. Even like, all right, I'm gonna say this. Like, I'm gonna wrap up. I ain't no collegiate athlete. I ain't been to a million libraries and read a million books, but at least I'm me. I'm not, I'm my own special guest. I'm my own feature. I'm my own character. I'm my own entertainment. I'm my own everything. I don't need or require your presence to create a environment suitable for somebody who is not even suited for the space that I facilitate. Does, if that makes sense, of course.
Bang, 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 bang.
People have all types of fetishes. People practice hypergamy in the poor community, in the rich community, in the middle class community, in a impoverished community. It don't really matter. Hypergamy is everywhere. Corruption is everywhere. Brother, you're not going to lose too much. You ain't going to fall off that bad. I think they used you and made an example out of you, though. I don't know how and how far it goes down the rabbit hole with that, but they're definitely using you, just like they're using Shannon Sharp too. I just can't put my finger on it, but y'all definitely being used. All of y'all are controlled. So it's like you can't really get, like, I know y'all be wanting to watch them because you're waiting to hear what they gotta say, but I say the same shit that they say. There's people in the audience that say the same things that they say. There's people all across these platforms that say the same thing. But I know y'all be tuned in, y'all be wanting to hear. Like, I admit there's times where I tuned into certain platforms and I wanted to know what they were going to say about certain things, like what Trump is doing, the shit with the EBT when they got shut off, the trafficking of kids every single day. I be wanting to know what they think about that stuff. Guess what? You're never going to get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. They can't. There's only but so much that they can do, and he's one of them. They're all controlled. It takes the excitement or the anticipation out of it. It's like, damn, well, fuck. What's the point of me even tuning into the shit if you can't even speak on it? Because if you speak on it, you done. It don't even make no sense. I would rather just go somewhere where people will speak on it. Period. You're never going to get those type of conversations out of Shannon Sharp or any of them. But that's neither here nor there, bro. Get your money. I know you probably got other things in that you're invested in that's going to keep you profit. So for what it's worth, if these women are allowing you to womanize them, that's on them. Like, y'all can lie to everybody else. You ain't gonna lie to me. There are certain people that can be bought. That's a fact. Man and woman. You can be bored. There's no limits to what you're going to do. And when he said what he said, he meant it. Whether or not he tries to disguise it as something else, he meant it. He's experienced it. He's seen it. He knows it. He is of it. So, ladies, if that's what you want to do and you want to pretend like you don't do it, cool. But nah, that's not it. You only setting yourself up for failure. Now, whoever old girl is in the video that's supposed to be doing the show with him, she out of job. She's probably one of the that's the fuck up part. She's probably allegedly one of the women that he was talking about that he sleep with. I wouldn't be surprised. And I said alleged because he said he can't work with women that he don't. Those are not my words. Those are his. Anyway, I'm out this bitch. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Tomorrow, the open mic returns, Lord willing. You guys enjoy your night, and I will see you tomorrow.